This world runs on man's calendar, but Yahuwah established his own. Before Rome, before popes and pop culture, Yahuwah ordained the sun, moon, and the stars as faithful witnesses. He gave us a divine calendar, not to confuse us, but to set us apart. A calendar that begins with light. A calendar that uses the moon to appoint feasts. A calendar that unlocks the true Shabbats. This is not tradition. This is truth. Welcome to the Kingdom Calendar, Yahuwah's Time Restored. Restoring Yahuwah's time. Many believers today are waking up to the truth. Yahuwah's appointed times, including his Shabbats, are not found on the Gregorian calendar. This Roman system was never ordained by Yahuwah. Instead, his calendar is rooted in creation itself, based on the sun, moon, and stars, just as Parashat Genesis chapter 1 verse 14 declares. And Allah said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for appointed feasts and for days and years." The moon is not just decorative. It appoints the feasts, including the Shabbat. This understanding is unlocked in Yahezekah Ezekiel 46:1, which says the gates are open on the Shabbats and on the day of the renewed moon, Hadash, but closed during the 6 working days. This divine rhythm resets every month with the first visible crescent moon, not a continuous loop, and not with darkness. Let's learn how to count Yahuwah's Shabbats. People often ask, isn't the Shabbat always the 7th day? Well, the answer is yes, but that 7th day resets each month based on the moon. The first day of every biblical month is the renewed moon, or Hadash, a feast day that is not counted in the weekly cycle. The 6 working days begin on day 2 and continue until day 7. That makes day 8 the first Shabbat of the month, and the 7th day of the weekly cycle. Therefore, Yahuwah's Shabbats always fall on the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and 29th days of the lunar month. This pattern continues, repeating 6 work days followed by a Shabbat. The key is understanding that while the monthly count includes Hadash, the weekly work or weekly Shabbat count begins after that. Hadash stands alone, resetting the rhythm. Now, let's walk through our weekly Shabbat count. The calendar begins with day 1, Hadash, the first visible crescent. The gates are open. It's not a work day or a Shabbat, just a standalone feast day. The next 6 days, days 2 through 7, are work days, with the gates closed. Day 8 is the first Shabbat, usually marked by the first quarter moon or the half moon waxing. Then 6 more working days follow, days 9 through 14, leading to the day 15, the full moon, and our second Shabbat. According to the book of Enoch, the sun transfers 14 parts of light to the moon to make it full, a visible sign of Yahuwah's perfect cycle. Afterward, the moon begins to wane through days 16 through 21, followed by our third Shabbat on day 22, typically aligning with the last quarter moon or the half moon waning. Days 23 through 28 continue with work, and day 29 marks the final Shabbat of the month, often in the dark phase, but still a day of rest. Hadash is light, not darkness. There is a growing false doctrine that claims that the new moon is dark, but in Parashat Genesis chapter 1 verse 3, it says, "And Allah said, let there be light." Yahuwah begins all things with light, not darkness. Hadash must be visible, not hidden. Tahalyam, Psalms 104 verse 19 says, He appointed the moon for feasts. And Tahalyam, Psalms 89 verse 37 calls the moon a faithful witness in heaven. A witness must be seen. Darkness cannot be a witness. Therefore, the dark moon is not Hadash and cannot begin the month. The renewed moon is the waxing crescent, the first visible sliver of light, and it marks day one of every month, determining when the Shabbats will fall. The final piece of the puzzle. Sometimes lunar months have a 30th day. This day is not counted in the work week or the Shabbat cycle. It simply serves as a waiting day before the next renewed moon is sighted. The Gregorian calendar ignores all of this, pretending the moon doesn't exist. But Yahuwah's calendar relies on it. Without the moon, you can't find the Shabbat. Without Hadash, you can't begin the month. And without the signs in the heavens, you're left following man's traditions instead of Yahuwah's commands. Let us return to the pattern written in the heavens, the kingdom calendar, and walk again in the divine rhythm of Yahuwah's rest. Shalom.